Alright, we're going to make a pine tree. To do so, you're going to need one of these fan brushes. It is really important that we take a little extra care with these. We really want to try to keep that fan brush looking neat and clean like this in order for it to help us make trees each visit. So to do so, you're going to need two different shades of your color. So I have a darker version here and then a slightly brighter version. You're going to begin with your darker version. If you really want to, you could almost use 3 shades too. If you were to do so, you would still begin with kind of the medium shade. But I'm working with just with 2, so I'm going to begin with my darker shade. I'm just trying to load my brush with some paint by kind of going across the circle a little bit like so. And then I just want to kind of give it one nice little kind of clean pull like that to flatten it all back out. Now you're really going to begin first kind of with the edge of it here. And oftentimes you'll see somebody even use it sideways like this to kind of draw the line kind of their stem for their tree or like their tree trunk. You wouldn't need this a perfect line, like that's okay that I can kind of see through it there. Because now what I'm going to do is begin kind of holding it at a slight slant, and I'm going to kind of take turns kind of bouncing on each side of that trunk. Okay, so I want to make sure I got quite a bit of paint on that brush. And I'm going to just push down very gently at first. I'm going to try to just use the top little corner. And I'm going to kind of push it kind of downwards and just kind of take turns. Kind of that side, this side, that side, this side. And see, I'm not pushing down on the whole thing yet. I'm just trying to get the top little bit. If needed, I can load my brush with more paint. I'll zoom in a little bit more for you here. But as I'm coming down, I want each little kind of branch to stick out further. Now that I'm getting a little bit bigger, I'm going to use more of the fan brush. Get a little more paint on it. So now you can see I'm still taking turns on each side, but now I'm kind of pushing with the whole thing. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Still kind of taking turns. I can even go in between some branches. Gotta remember, things in nature do not grow perfectly, so it's okay if one branch is longer than the other, or if you have a bigger gap in between one side. It's all perfectly fine. Okay, but I kind of keep taking turns bouncing on each side until I get back to the bottom. And then what really makes it kind of cool is then you'll go to your lighter color, and you could clean your brush first or just go right into it. It's really up to you. But then now I'm going to kind of focus on more so one side than the other. I'm going to try to decide where's my light source coming from. Now it's just important that once you decide this, you keep it consistent with your other trees and mountains and things too that are in your landscape. But now I'm going to just very gently do that dabbing technique again, but more so just on one side. It's okay if I kind of go in the middle, but you see I'm just kind of bouncing and moving my brush sideways like that. And it's really going to work together to create like a cool texture in here. Now I'm going to maybe go really, really bright so you can really see that. I noticed my last color kind of just blended right in. So let's pretend that these are snow-covered trees. So imagine if you wanted to do the same, you could work with just those first 2 colors or shades of your main color. And then you could do one last little finishing touch with some of this white. But by doing that, then now I can kind of see that show up a little bit more. So you can see it creates just this really nice kind of fluffy texture. Now if you happen to want to have like a darker trunk, I could then go to like one of my other color or one of my other standard brushes, and I still could paint like a little trunk down here if I wanted. But that would be kind of how you make a tree. So experiment. It definitely takes a little bit of getting used to, but I think you'll be amazed at how kind of easily that fan brush can work to make the illusion of a tree. So have fun, good luck.